Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rachah, Kadash. The honors the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. And salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth for sincerity. Shalom Akim. I'm going to get into this image here. You know, this is a small hatter who's a soldier over there. And he's antagonizing this Palestinian lady who's they said that she was in distraught because, you know, all hell is breaking loose all around her over there. You know, the tales that are on the news are starting to hit the fan of how these small hatters are treating the Palestinians, man. They're straight slaughtering them over there. I'm hearing more and more reports. I've always heard about the reports, but now it's, you know, you can cut on the internet and find it. I just seen an image of a video of small hatters, soldiers on the top of a roof of a building, and they were just kicking this dude over the building, man, for him to die. They claimed that he was already dead, but that's not true because if he was already dead, all they had to do was just push the body over. They was, you know, kicking him because he was still alive and he didn't want to go. You know, they said that they're dropping gases on them, white phosphorus gas. They say that the gas is so poisonous when they inhale it, it burns their lungs and stuff. So Esau is over there just running all sorts of experimental tricks on these people over there, man. You know? And the key thing about it is when you see this image right here with the soldier holding the camera phone, you know, the world is seeing this now, man. That's the thing about it. At first it was just, you know, the world didn't believe that they were doing this. It couldn't be that God's people aren't going to do that to other people. You got to be trusted, you know. All these type of things, man, that they were saying to them. Because when you think about it, you know, the small hatters portray themselves as the most holiest people on the planet. You know, they're the protectors of the earth. You know, supposedly, this is what the lies they tell, you know. But in all actuality, the world is starting to see that they are liars, man. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The whole world is in mourning right now, man. When you think about just society in general, especially here in Babylon, you know, it's hypersexual. You know, you can't cut on the TV. You can't cut on I remember growing up, cartoons started going sexual. You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't wait till we became a certain age. They had to throw it to us as kids, you know. But I was getting ready to say that, you know, these small hatters are behind all this perversion that's going on here in Babylon. You know, they run all the porn industries, porn sites, your OnlyFans sites. All your sites is ran by these dudes, man. You know, even the homosexual sites, the Grindr sites, and all those other sites that are getting ready to come. You know, they're coming to the White House for a correspondent dinner I was reading about the other day. You know, but the point is, and they asked the Mossad, why do you put America, flood America with porn? It's because it keeps the man and the woman away from establishing a family. And I was like, wow, that makes sense, man. But it's a wicked way, man, you know. But who is in control right now, man? The wicked are in control, man. And when the wicked are controlled, they show their rule, man. They're gonna do whatever they want to, man. However they want to, man. And make it seem like it was good. And paint the picture as the other guy as the enemy. As the one that they're oppressing as the enemy. It's the reason why we're oppressing them, you know. They couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. Benjamin Not a Jew was on TV the other day talking about the reason that they're going after these other countries, you know, from Iran to Jordan. Now they're going over there. They want to start trouble with Turkey now, you know. So they ain't gonna stop, man. You know, he ain't gonna stop. You're gonna have to, you know, the Lord. It's gonna have to be some divine intervention, man, because these cars eyes already got in their mind that they'll hit a button and blow up the whole planet, man. You know, so who's gonna stop them, man? You know, other than the Lord, man. You know, but yeah, these guys, you know, they got small hatters. They're gonna have a lot to, you know. They're wicked, man, plain and simple, and their judgment's gonna come down on them very, very hard, man. You know, Lord willing, we are of the hopeful elect. We get to put in this work, man. You know, but yeah, they was dropping this phosphorus stuff that they said that when they inhale it, they breathe it in, and their lungs is on fire and stuff, man. So, you know, they're over there running. Oh my man, they're running them killing them to the ground, man. This is let me drop down Proverbs 29 and 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. When you think about the Israeli army, you know, when you living over there in Israel, you have to join the army at a certain age. You know, men and women. You know, you have to partake. You have to protect the country, so to speak. You know, this is another reason why we know that they're not the holy ones the Bible speak about, man. You know, this is the wicked. This seed right here is a wicked seed, man. I'm just calling these small headers. You Edomites, man. You know. But yeah, they're being exposed, man. You know, and in these last days, man, all that they're God's people and this and that, man. We're showing you that they're not, man. You know, through the different acts that they do. You know, the way they act. Look, this guy right here in this picture. I'm taking a guess that this is inbred. You know, because a lot of those Karzais like to keep the bloodline in their family, so they're gonna have a lot of inbreeding going on, man. You know. Here's something, because one thing, you know, our president is in bed with Benjamin, not a Jew, and he does whatever they want him to do, man. You know, whether it be send troops, bomb certain areas, cut off power, cut off here, cut off there. You know, they'll do whatever the small hatters tell him to do. Our president, and he parades himself as a king. So this is Proverbs 16:12. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. You know, it says it's an abomination for the kings to commit wickedness, man. And what does our king, our supposed king, our president do, man? Nothing but wickedness, man. And he's in bed with the one, you know, who started wars with other people all around the world, and has struck our military numerous times, man. A time or two, I should say. You know, and they don't mind bragging about that stuff, man. You know. So this is a real prideful Edomite over there, man. You know, who they got in control over there, man. Who's running those small hatters. In all actuality, they really they want to bring them up on war crimes, man. You know, and it's safe to say that you could damn near throw Trump into the equation too. You know, because he's doing the will of Benjamin, not a Jew. You know. So like, yeah, these guys they're over there just, you know, doing their wicked will with the American military to help them, man. You know, there's a saying, they say they like to throw a stone and hide their hand, and that's exactly what they do. They're trying to portray themselves as the victims of the world, man. In all actuality, they're the aggressors, you know. Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, though thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And once again, the Karzai's heart is built like that, man. You know, most of your Edomites are, but those Karzais are on another level of wickedness and pompous pride. You know, I can't stress this as much, how that they feel like if they lose Israel, those small hatters, they're ready to destroy the whole earth, man. You know, now that's something to sink in, man. Because you losing your land that you've taken back in 1948, 1949, that you're ready to just try to obliterate the whole planet. Those are devils, man. You know. Let me continue a little bit more. This is Obadiah 1:4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. You know. So yeah, this he in his heart believes he cannot come down, man. You know, he believes in his heart that the things that are happening are for him, and he's here to take over and rule the earth, man. You know, with an iron fist, and continue on spreading lies, spewing lies. You know, that they are the chosen people, and the Lord is dealing with them, man. The Lord is going to exposing these people right before our very eyes, man. This is why the hopeful elect have these scriptures, and we're able to break who's who and what's what down, man, in the times we're in. And it's beautiful, man. Because as a kid and a child, you know, you were brought up, you thought these people were the super innocents of the world, man. And in all actuality, they were lying. You know, we're living a lie. This is John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, or he is a liar and the father of it, man. You know? So yeah, these small hatters are nothing but liars, man. Murderers, man. There's films all on YouTube showing them how they're just doing just killing these Palestinians left and right, man. You know, whether they're kids, young or old, man. They even got a thing now. I read about a month or two ago where the soldiers over in Israel, their commanders have allowed the soldiers to start raping the prisoners when they catch them, man. You know, men or women, man, or kids, man. It don't even matter, man. You know, if this isn't like the scripture just said, ye of your father the devil, then who is the scripture speaking about, man? You know, who we're pointing these things out, man, because once again the world was fooled, you know, thinking that these guys were holy people, thinking that the Lord was with them. The Lord has put these people in a trick bag. You know, they are in nothing but a trick bag, and their time is getting ready to come, man. You know, their time is getting ready to come where the Lord is going to put vengeance upon their ass, man. You know, they're not going to be ruling forever and a day. They've been ruling for a short time when you think about it, man. It ain't been that long. But they have had wickedness upon the earth for some time, man. You know? This is Psalm 58. I'm going to start at 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, these wicked, you know, they run the earth, man, right now, man. They are the landlords of the earth. It's safe to say the small hatters run this place right now, man. You know, this is why they're able to get away with things they do and never have a finger pointed at them. They'll have everybody else be blamed except for them. Why? Because they run everything. Whenever you put videos up or say anything about them, we have to code talk everything we say. This is how we know that something's not right, man, you know? But yeah, man, I just, like I said, I seen this picture and I seen some other videos, and the Spirit just hopped on me to get on these cars' eyes, man, because their time is coming up. They're being exposed for the wicked that they are, you know, and the world, you know, is seeing their wickedness. That's one of the good things too, that's being put on display, is the world is seeing their wickedness, man, you know, and they're not happy about it. One of the article I was watching, one of the key things they said, and they kept emphasizing that the Asians are seeing this and they're not happy about this. Even though the Asians ain't nobody, you know, they're docile anyways, but it's just the fact that you have other groups around the world that are seeing the things that are happening, you know, and they're not keeping quiet about this no more. Because at one point you had to be quiet about whatever was going, what the small hatters was doing, man. You just let them do their thing, man. You know, let's let them do their thing. I forgot what country they just said it was very, very upset with. Germany. Germany is upset with Israel right now. Now, if you know anything, if you know, you know. You know, the whole Hitler thing was manufactured by, once again, your small hatters here in America. You know, over whether it be in New York, you know, when they're having their get together in their meetings in different parts of New York, you know, all this was set up, man. Or even the guns and things that were made here in America that were shipped over to the Nazi soldiers that were using them against the American soldiers. This has all been brought to you by the small hatters and the elites, man. It's all a big plan, man. With that being said, I'm just edifying. Shalom, Aki.